Test. 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 All right. All right. Test. Test.
Testing.
Test. Test.
Oh, interesting.
Testing. Test. Test. Oh.
So this is going through, but I can't hear it. Oh. Go here. Monitor
Only. Test. Hello. Okay. Cool. I can hear myself. Sounds good. Okay. Test. All right. That's working. That's working. Just setting this up, guys. All right, let me make sure this is working. Start off with Dan and Roberto. All right, that works. Does the pen work? Oop, it's loading. You can't see my cursor, but I want it to capture my cursor. How do I do that? Oh, that's working. That's not though. Why does it not work every time? I have to reset it every time. Why do I have to reset this every single time? Okay, should work now though, right? Okay. All right, that's working. So I have that. All right, looks good. Looks good. Nice bright and sunny day on this Friday evening. What else? I think that's all I got to make sure. And then let's tweet it out. Huh? Why did it give me this as my link? What? Oh, that's so weird. Okay. How do I get the link to my stream? Uh, let's go to my channel, content, live, and we're live, and that's the link. Okay. All right, I'll be back. Test. Oh, you can still hear me. I want mute. 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 Button. Test. Test. That did not mute me. Test. 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 That didn't save. Test. That didn't work. Okay. Working. Okay. There we go. Did it work? Is it this one? I hope so. I'm going to double check that I can hear me. Is it this one? Okay. We're on. What's up? I don't think anybody's here. There's 2 people here. Hello. I can hear. Hello, Christian. Thank you for confirming that you can hear. So I'm going to get going with this. Basically, I know there's not a lot of people. There's a couple people. Hello. I'm going to record the rounds. I figured I'd stream it and do a bunch of them at once, so it's kind of a little bit more fun. Hopefully have some interactivity with the chat going on, so you guys feel free to ask questions as I go. But I'm just going to record my episodes, do it live, and yeah. So let's get into it. We have... Let me hit recording. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to hit recording. So I'm going to record the actual episode. Welcome back. Stop, talk, and roll. I have no idea what episode it is because I'm live right now on YouTube streaming. YouTube Live, whatever it's called. If you want to come join us next time, feel free. But if not, the episodes are still here. We have Dan in, it looks like a blackie. That might be navy blue. I can't tell just yet. And Roberto in the white. Looking to start off. Nice pant grip. That's a pain in the butt to deal with. Roberto, kind of let him come up in single leg X on that one. I would look to, so if, you know, let's get like kind of a hypothetical here, or not even hypothetical, like you're working your way up. A really important thing, guys, in general, is you need to make sure that you're controlling the knees. Okay, so you already have a grip around his shin here. There's no reason not to simply slide your body up and over the knee. So you're either like right over the knee or right over the thigh, and look there to press this down. Okay, there's not really... If you stay below the knee like this, he's going to continue to have mobility, which is going to let him escape, play his guard, do whatever. If you can smash this down, you're going to be in good shape. Generally, you're looking to collect the knees together when you're passing or split them apart. Okay, collecting them together would be like in like a body lock to the side pass. I mean, actually, I guess that kind of opens them up, and knee slice opens them up. But generally, I mean, it may be like a toriendo going around, right? So you're putting the knees together and putting them to the side or whatever that might be. You're just keeping them together. When you only control below the knee like this, you're letting Dan be mobile. So he gets you right where he wants you, I believe, in single leg X. Nice, good collar grip, nice, good pant grip. I would be surprised if you don't go for a ride at this point. I would break this grip. I'd be primary number 1. Yeah, like I wouldn't. And Dan, I mean, what you could do with this grip, if you're going to have it, right? Let's make sure we use it. Pull right down here, right? Just pull hard that way and turn your body this way. Okay. Obviously in the gi, you got to watch the reaps, but either way, you could do a nice big collar drag and rip him to the floor. And, you know, there's not much Roberto's going to be able to do about that. You know, worst case scenario, he steps with this. It would be his left, but his outside leg, right? He steps with this, but all that's going to do for you is bring it in range. And what you could do is you rip to the floor, you relinquish that, and you can grab it. Could be passed once he gets his, yeah. So back to here with putting the knees together. Yeah, the Khabib pass is a good example. Thank you. Of when you're getting their knees together, that I like to do that a lot. I'm going to be recording a bunch of episodes tonight, and you know, maybe I'll just do that next. I know that I did that a few times with my man Q. So again, we're posted up here. Again, I really don't like him having this collar like this, but this is a good opportunity. So this is the case where I don't care if they have the collar, because again, if you just slide your body up over this knee and clamp down, I mean, you're essentially getting to a Khabib style pass there, and that's going to be rough to deal with. I hope you guys move back on screen. We seem to be moving away. There you go. So look at the difference. Your grip is above the knee now, and look how much you're controlling that leg now. Dan's right leg is still in play, and look at that. How cool is that? The second you relinquish that grip, right, Roberto? The second you relinquish that grip, watch, this knee comes right back in. So when you're passing, when you're trying to control somebody, get above their knees. Sometimes this is the unfortunate thing about watching this after the fact and not having a live person doing. Oh, are you attacking the foot? It looks like a toe hold. Oh no, he cleared it. So, okay. Oh, that's hold. So if you're going to attack that toe hold, one of the first things to kind of help with the actual like breaking mechanics of it is you want to put their toe right into their butt and like bend the toes in. That's going to get you the actual break, but you're also going to need some kind of control here, because very similarly, you know, you control the hip, you control the thigh. What Dan can do is straighten his leg, and eventually he gets you in a really awkward position where you can't continue to hold it, but that's the idea there, to actually hit the break. We have Jeff and it looks like Will a little bit in the way, so I edited all these rounds, so we should have some room here. Attacking from turtle. Is your arm stuck? So what you could do to free your arm very simply. Oh, am I in the way? No, I'm good. Very simply, just knee tap right here. Take your knee and just put a wedge right over his elbow, and then you can do two things at once, right? You can remove your arm, and then you can also replace that space with your knee, and then you're good to go, right? So you want to get your leg in there, either having your hook in down here or looking to catch the arm. Either way, you're going to get your leg in through that. So you drive like kind of kneecap down. So you put your knee down, put your foot up, and drive down into this little section right here. And you can use that to rip your arm out and replace with your knee. I think we're going to roll back on screen in a second. Ooh. Interesting. Almost had like a chicken wing submission going on. So right here, Dan, a really good move while you still have your hands under there. And I know it sounds funny, but snake your hands up and grab the back of his pants, and you could walk forward and just basically you could deadlift him or just dump his legs. As you come up, what would happen is as you're holding onto the pant legs, it sends his legs flying over his head and inverts him. And you can use that to pass. Setting up a Kimura. You got to really sit up to get your arm over. Get your like armpit over their shoulder to really get your arm in there nicely. Oh, hey, Jeff. Seeing some people in the chat. Guys, I do if you haven't been here before, haven't seen my show, I break down jiu-jitsu rounds. Feel free to ask some questions. It's my first time doing this. Or add some commentary. I appreciate Christian dropping some knowledge. Ooh, going for a little Ezekiel, it looks like. I think the round's coming to an end, so we have a 30-second timer in our gym. So sometimes towards the end of the rounds, you see some like desperation attempts. Oh, we got a double Ezekiel going on. I mean, I would, if you want to hit something, I would look to, oh, maybe you get that. I mean, you have this arm right here. So if you, I'll pause this in a second, and regardless of the time, there's a good pass right here that you can work on. So this is something I do often, and you're in the perfect position for it. So you're putting a lot of pressure up top, which is great. And you already kind of have your hips high, which is also great. So what you're doing is essentially you're tripoding. So what you could do is taking what would be your left leg, Dan, the person on top. You can throw your foot over and put the top of your foot on what would be Roberto's right leg here, okay? And you can use that to pry his hips down, so creating a wedge again and keeping his hips down as you go to take this leg out. And a simple thing to do, you don't even have to like rip your leg out. You can just take your knee and drive it to this space right here. And what ends up happening is you have the top of your foot over here on this thigh and the top of your foot over on your left leg on this thigh, right? I know it's like a lot. Let me clean some of this up real quick. So you'd have here and you'd have here where your insteps are, and your knee would be here and your knee would be here. And essentially what you'd have is a butterfly mount. From there, you have options, right? Like if you have time, you can start digging for an arm triangle because you clearly have one set up right here. Or if you don't have as much time or you feel more verbal. Oh, you got it? Oh, he's a beast. He got the verbal tap before the timer. He was just saying. Well, never mind. Well, let's say you have more time and you want to work on some different things, okay? You can shift your knees up and go for the arm bar. So good stuff, Dan. I'm glad you got the Ezekiel tap. Okay. All right. That'll do it for this round. I guess I'll figure out something after the fact because we're streaming. So I'm going to end this one. Like YouTube's, if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe. Thank you. All right. So stop that. And let's move on to the next one. I got a bunch ready to go. What do you want to do next? We have, okay, let me write that was done so we don't do it again. Done. Oh. It's in use, so I can't do that. Let me close that. All right. Done. Spencer, you got it. Where are you? Oh, did I not do it? I did it. There it is. Okay, I got it. All right. All right, this is grainy. Why does it look like there's like fog? Do you have like an indoor weather system going on at this thing? All right, Spence. It's really hard to make you out. I think this is Spencer here on the left. Spencer, stop ducking me. Spence, I got a couple essential guys here, I guess. Spence, you're on essential now? I didn't know you were essential. Oh, I'm not recording. I'm an asshole. Hold on. Hello, welcome back. Stop, talk, and roll. Live recording. We got the stream on right now, so if you're not here for the stream, you're missing out. Glad you guys are here, though. Thank you. Thanks to the people that are here, giving some feedback. Today we have Spencer, I believe, who's on the left here, who's in the short sleeve rash guard. That's how we can identify. We have the short sleeve rash guard versus Jimmy. I don't know who that is. I call him Jimmy in the long sleeve rash guard. And here we go. So immediately pulling guard and looking to set up a knee shield with a frame here. Just a minor thing. And Spencer's phenomenal with leg locks, so I know for a fact he knows what he's doing. I'm just making this out for other people. I'm not worried about Spencer making this, but just in general, be careful when you're playing a knee shield and you're leaving your foot dangling right there. It's not hard for someone to whip around and grab that and start toe holding or heel hooking or anything. Again, there's rules, and then there's you want to know the rules to break the rules kind of thing. And I guarantee you, if somebody sets a Spencer, I'm sure he has like plenty of counters and doesn't have to worry about it. But just keep that in mind. Another nice thing is if you lock these feet up, like say you're not a leg locker, or it's not what you're going for, say you're in the gi, it's very easy to push and pull your partner when you lock in your legs here in this knee shield. And you could do that by just extending your body away and creating distance, or if you need to pull them back in, just kind of like pulling the legs back in and getting them inside. So either way, Spencer looking to fight for inside position here. It looks like he's trying to dig his right arm. Yeah, getting underhook there and looking to scoop up that far leg. Oh, and then he closes his legs here. So there you go. let's say, was baiting the heel just to see what he would do there. Yeah, so exactly. Spencer's like purposely leaving his foot out. And again, if you know the rules, you can break the rules, but just be careful if you're like, oh, I want to emulate this, like there's a purpose there. Ooh, throws the leg over. Right in, oh, cool. Let's watch that again. This is outside ashi. Okay, so we have, interesting. Spence, you're not worried about getting smashed there? You have his arm. I guess you have that frame. So, I mean, it obviously works out. You spin him around right into outside ashi. Here would be my concern is, I mean, maybe this guy just clearly doesn't, respond quick enough. No, all his weight was going forward. Yeah. So what you would want to do here, if I were in Jimmy's position, first of all, exactly what Spencer just said, all of his weight's moving forward. So, that makes life a lot easier. So because he's top heavy, his like bottom is weightless. So it's very easy to rotate him over. What I would be concerned with, and obviously Spencer doesn't go for it if he's not putting his head forward, would be, or something that you could try to do would actually be to take this leg and I would keep my knee here. I'm pushing into him to start that. Yeah. So yeah, you push pull. So Spencer's pushing him. He's pushing back in. It's excellent. I'm just giving feedback to potentially what you could do to deal with this. So again, keeping your base settled. If this leg goes through like this, and I'm sure the guy on bottom's not gonna throw this unless the weight's going forward. But what you could do on top here is, so I've been working with the gym a lot, with the guys in the gym, about leg pummeling, and it's really important to be able to improve your dexterity with your legs and improve your pummeling ability. And one thing that you can do right here is, if you plant this knee on the floor, okay, so you plant that knee on the floor and you're gonna pivot your shin and your top of your heel, or I'm sorry, the top of your foot over the top of Spencer's bottom leg here. All right, so this would stay here and this would pivot over the top. What I would do from there is then plant my foot. That would become my pivot point. And I would release my knee off the floor and bring it to the inside and look to bring this knee to Spencer's face and keep this leg as extended as possible. And then I would wrap up something around the head, so essentially a cradle. And especially in like a competition setting, I would sit there for a second and kind of cook him there. And then casually, or not casually, but I would take my time and work to either get him to belly down or give up mount, one or the other. However, none of that is what is happening right now. Spencer does a great job with, just push-pull principle. So he's pushing him and the guy pushes back in, and Spencer's able to take him right over into outside ashi. Now, generally, you want to be careful in outside ashi if you don't have anything yet. But it looks like Spencer's attacking with a submit. That's so funny. We were just working on the submission. I think he's initially attacking his foot by pressing it back and getting him to start exposing his heel to defend it. And you can correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Oh, I totally just missed that. Maybe I gotta put chat over here or something. It comes underneath, and that exposes the heel in 50-50 now, it looks like, and gets the finish. Very nice. Elbow to toes. Yeah. So oh, that's nasty. So you're putting your elbow on your toes and straight. Yeah. So that's nasty. So what he's doing here. So if you train at Greenwich Jiu-Jitsu, Angel taught a class on this on Wednesday night, where he was using his hand, and here Spencer's using his elbow. So what's happening here is he rolls him over to outside ashi. Oh, I'm sorry, I went too far. We're back here. The ref's in the way. Okay, yeah, right here. So we're in outside ashi, and you can kind of see right here, there's an elbow, there's a hand. Let's see if I can back it up a little bit more. Yeah, so you can see elbow and hand on the foot there, and he's using it to press it back. So what that does, I mean, it's a legitimate submission. It's a straight ankle lock. And it's getting Jimmy to respond to it by posting up, making himself heavy in his hand, in his foot, and it makes his body much easier to move. So what Spencer ends up doing is inverting on him. Let's see here. Yep, gets underneath, wraps up 50-50 with the clear elbow exposure, and gets in with the beautiful finish. Nice job, Spence. Very cool. Anything you want to anything you want to throw in there that I left out? We got Spencer in the chat right now. That's figured I'd ask. It was a quick match. Was that a minute? Yeah, it was a 1 minute match. Do you run through? Thank you. It seems like Spencer runs through most people in like a minute. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Stream. Stick around. I'm going to do more episodes, but if you're on YouTube, I'm getting these episodes down one at a time. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Quickest one of the night, 52 seconds. Yeah, that sounds about right. All right. What are we doing next? Let me mark that one's done so I don't do it again. All right. Let's see. I got some more gi. Let's do one of mine because I got like 8 billion of mine, so I'll get one out of the way. All right. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, good. All right. I will. When should I come? When's a good time to come? I teach Tuesdays, but I'm sure there's another night. Dean. Dean just said if you want to test round at Essential, there's this new guy, JT Torres, that just got started. Yeah, yeah. I can make it to Wednesday. She whooped some ass last night. It was a good event. Flow grappling. I gotta try out that rear naked choke with the arm in. That was crazy. Fucking arm in rear naked choke. Like I did not realize. I mean, it makes sense, but like I gotta play with that. All right, let's get this next one going. Welcome back. Stop, Talk, and Roll episode, I don't even know, 322, something like that. I am live streaming right now. Excuse me. Let me drink some water. I've been doing a bunch of these. And so if you're not here, you're missing out. But hello, YouTube. Hello, everyone that's in the stream. I appreciate you guys. Today on this episode, we have myself in the black gi and Chris in the black gi. That's not confusing. Playing a little gi. So letting Jeff, I think Jeff gets out of the way in a second. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's start from here. So Chris, I remember this. Chris is, we've worked on this a bit together, and he's got quite the Kimura. So this is actually like a dangerous situation I'm in. I'm able to get Chris kind of over right now, just kind of overpowering him, but he's maintaining that Kimura, keeps it all the way through to the crucifix, which is great. And my man Dean, that's in the chat right now, actually, he never actually taught me this. He just did it to me a million times, and it pissed me off, but I learned how to defend the Kimura really well from the crucifix, which is to get parallel. So I get parallel, and then I'm good. And one of the nice things you can do, I didn't hit it, probably because I'm in the gi and it's restricting my giant legs, is to throw in an armbar. So I go for it right here, but Chris is probably privy to it because he does that position a lot. So he throws the knee in, and I throw the knee in, and then I would be looking to get this leg over the top of his head as well. And you counter the Kimura with an armbar. Gi. No gi. People are talking. All right. What's up, Mike? All right, we got, so pressing him away. Nice little wedge. So you can see already, we've been working on butterfly guard and no-gi. I know we're adjusting, but this is where I like to be. Like, if I think someone's going to, like, bum rush me, right, from the kneeling position, I keep this leg back tucked, ready. It's, like, basically loaded to, spring-loaded to absolutely send Chris flying if he comes in. So something was registering in my mind that he was going to do that, but we were just adjusting. So let's see. Grip fighting here. I was just going to say, you're giving me the overhook there. So kind of a variation on the hook sweep there. I have the overhook on this side, but what I'm able to do is that my hand or his hand? So basically he's elbow posting, but you see a really important thing about a post is posts work great. Just like think of like a tripod, as long as the post is like, I guess, in front of the limb that it's trying to keep up. Meaning like, if I'm posting, like if I'm laying flat on the ground right here, my shoulder post, it'll work fine up here. But the second I bring it below my shoulder, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to collapse in on itself. So Chris's elbow post here is fine right now. Like this is fine. But notice the second it gets here, right? So this would be the straight line. The second it passes this plane, it's no good anymore. And he teeters over and I'm able to take the sweep over. Oh, is this actually? I just was really close to my mic. Sorry, that was loud. That's exactly what I was just talking about with Spence. Okay, so last episode, and if you're on stream like 5 minutes ago, not the best angle here, but it's a slightly different angle here. Obviously, it's a little hard to see, but I grip up pretty tight on Mike's neck here, and then I'm looking to use the top of my foot to strip the other leg through, and I'm looking to split his legs. But it looks like Chris was able to get his legs through completely, so the option here is to go into a leg drag, which is what I'm doing now, and then working my way through from there. Yeah, so I'm on top of his legs right now, peeling the whole time, using my legs, pummeling my legs, using that to improve the position all the way up. Dean's coming to visit after his road trip. Dean, when are you going to be in Seattle? I got to get up there. My Noah, who gave me my black belt, his gym's up in Seattle. Maybe I can time it. We can get there at the same time. Okay, so looking here. So basically, once I get to this point, I'm looking for, obviously, mount attacks and to keep the pressure on, and back attacks. So kind of depending what he's going to get me. Chris is doing an excellent job defending his neck right now, but I do have this grip on his hand right here, which is kind of giving me, oh shoot, in 2 weeks? I don't know if I can do that. We'll see. It's giving me access to, essentially get to his back. Okay, so sliding up. I'm looking to get this hand in for a gift wrap. Yep, there it is. Sneaks right in. Notice how I do that. There's a few different ways to like sneak your hand into tight grips, guys. One of the ways I talk about it all the time is a screwdriver. This is great. Sometimes the another nice thing, you got to be careful of wrist locks, obviously, but punching through with your wrist, which is I believe what I do here. Yeah, I kind of just feed my hand in, right? I roll it through and get my grip. Tom and Dean are here. I'll do a no-gi round next, boys. Looking to attack the back now. My back attacks have slowly been getting better. Everybody's back defense is phenomenal at Greenwich Jiu-Jitsu. I'm not just saying that because I teach there. Like, everyone's back defense is really good. So it could be a pain to get a finish, especially in the gi. I'm trying to strip the hands down, use my legs. One of the I don't think I hit it here. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Chris, you left your arm hanging. Once you bring it down like that and you keep it open like that, yeah, if it's going to come in right away. And that gets the finish. Mike and Dean. This should be a good match. And the simple butterfly sweep. Sometimes you don't need to go crazy with it. Chris is leaning forward. He posts this hand and notice just a simple sweep, right? He's using that to keep his weight up. So I'm just cupping the shoulder and taking him right over. Cupping the shoulder and taking him right over. But I didn't cup the shoulder, I cupped the elbow. It's almost something good. Heavy in my hands, light in my hips there. Light in my legs, right? That lets me pummel. Nice and easy. Back up, get on top, ride it down to the side. There's just a lot of pressure here. So I have an arm trapped, and I'm just hugging tight, making it difficult to breathe. I decided to go to north-south. Trying to Kimura the Kimura guy. I like to go for my arm bar here, so I sit through. A la Tom. I'm glad Tom's here. Tom, what am I doing wrong? I need to feed my hand through. I can never finish the Kimura here. I mean, the triangle's fine. Oh, I know what's wrong, Tom. I don't have the arm in. That's a problem. So I'm just squeezing his face. Oh, it worked. There you go. I mean, that is a submission. But we like the side triangle. Yeah, I know. I forgot the arm there, Dean. I forgot the arm. That's what I did wrong. I forgot the arm. All right, guys. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm having fun with the stream. This is fun. All right. Thanks for watching. I'm still streaming, but YouTube. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. All right. I think I'm gonna make like a generic ending to the YouTube thing. All right. Let me mark that episode is done. Get a no-gi one going for the boys. All right, let's see. Our no-gi options are myself and Q, myself and Tao, and then Q and Dom. Those are the three no-gi ones I got that we can do. Yoko Senkaku for the chat. What do we want? Dom and Q, myself and Q, or myself and Tao. Feel free to submit your rounds, guys. If you guys got rounds on YouTube, I can pull them up and do them. You and Q. All right. Mr. Mike has spoken. Q. All right. There we go. Welcome back. Stop, Talk, and Roll, episode 322, 323, something like that. We are live streaming, so you're missing out. I'm saying this every episode. It's going to keep coming out. It's going to be annoying, but hey, you should be here. I'm doing a Friday night right now. It's nice. Today we have myself in the gray and black rash guard, and then we have Q in the black and white rash guard. Doing a little no-gi. So Q electing to play guard. I appreciate that. He's been working really hard on getting his guard better. But coming up, immediately trying to slice over the knees and looking into some leg entries that were terrible. So abandoning that very quickly, and then the round will actually begin. Okay, so Q gets to pass my guard. So something I've been doing a lot, guys, especially in no-gi, I think since the beginning of this year when I started wrestling, is I never really considered how powerful bellying down can be for defensive measures, right? And obviously you need to be very careful in jiu-jitsu because we can jump on our backs and get choked out and whatnot. But if you do it soundly and keeping everything tight and not giving them access to your neck and not giving them access to the hooks and whatnot, it can be a pretty powerful movement, from what I've seen anyways, to escape out of there. Leg entries, that's no-gi for you. Yeah, there's definitely some legs in here, Mike. But coming up, so earlier today, we were breaking down some rounds, and I think Roberto and Dan. And what Roberto was doing earlier was, see, he's able to clear. I was able to get over the knees there, but Q working on his butterfly guard. Eventually, I think he gets me here. I'll break this down again in a second. All right, let's back it up because it looks like it's fundamentally changing. So why am I not going over? Why is it not why is the sweep not happening? So Q's able to get, it looks like an underhook and an overhook. Let's see. So, yep, so you're doing everything right here. What I like to do is get real heavy on my hips to make it, hard as possible. And the other thing I'll do is I'll get heavy on my hands, right, and make my legs kind of light, and just let them kind of throw them up and down, and look to keep my hips, like throw my hips back down, like through my hands. So basically, like, it's just like handstand and keep my legs light. So as he manipulates my lower body, it kind of like just goes with it. But it's not stiff where it actually gets taken over. It's kind of a weird thing to think about, but like I loosen up my hips, let them move, and I'm rigid up top so that you just kind of like fall back through when he tries to take you over. The other thing is, notice the same thing about the posts that I was talking about. The posts are strong as long as they're above and in front of your shoulder. At no point do I let Q get access to my hands and bring over. I mean, right there, you had a chance to sweep me, and I think he tried to take it, but I got my post back and put it outside. So as long as the post remains above and out, you're good to go, right? The second it comes to the inside, you're done. Again, right here, I'm done. Right? I have an elbow post because you just have my hand. But if you just take your hand, let's see how much, I forget the button. Is it E? Next frame? Yeah. So let's see. You're holding. So you should be able to sweep me here. And you let go. Look, you let go. So right here, technically you could sweep me, but you let go of my hand. And so immediately this sweep is going to work, but that hand comes out real quick and just puts a stop to it. You try to come back the other way. You might have a triangle right there, Q. Let me think. Yeah, you punch that, and yeah, you can, you'd have to, I would look to sit back, just drop your knee straight back and put your foot right in my elbow to start, and then punch it through, and you have me in a triangle situation. Pressing the wrong buttons. Okay, let's see. So again, immediately notice how, so Roberto and Dan from earlier, okay? I start off, back it up a little bit. I start off below the knee, right? I'm between the foot and the knee, over the shin, over the calf, and I need to improve that position. So again, I immediately fight to get over the knees. Now there's actual control. Q's a big, strong dude, right? So I work my way up, right? So I start at the feet and the shins. I work up above the knees, and now I have one arm and my leg that's controlling his legs, and so I look to wrap up around his waist. And I keep moving from there. I'll clear this hook with this leg in a second. Or maybe I don't. I don't know. Actually, I don't recall. So I'm able to get around. Look to keep Q down and get in front. So it's just side to side, keeping control of the hips, right? Nice, strong And this is exactly what I was talking about before with that knee and that hook, right? I drive the knee right over his, trap it, right? Get behind it near the hip, and then watch. That's going to trap his foot there. That's going to allow me to get my other leg through now. So hit a little back step after Q's trying to sweep me here. Oh no. Have we lost control? Oh, this happens. Okay, we're good. We're back. Sometimes I lose control of the thing there when I use a little frame. And we get through. Now, here's the only problem when you just pass like this is I don't have control of Q's top of his head and his shoulders right now. So I immediately need to rectify that. We're running into some people here. I think we both kind of like have to stop for a second, and Q uses it to his advantage. So this is like not a great mount right now because I don't have good control of him, and Q's got a great kip escape, so he just gets right out of there. So again, right back at it though, wrapping up those legs. This hook I'm not too worried about. Same thing, methodical. Wrap it up, come around, and pull through. Now Q goes, I gotta be careful of that. We get in this really weird position, so I'm actually on top of his leg right now. So like I'm purposely staying in this position, and yeah, that could have been bad. We both let it go, and now we're reminiscing on how Q almost ripped his own leg off. But not that that's a submission, but it was like I just was laying on his leg, so I was like, I'm just gonna stay here and try to spin up. So my turn to play some guard. So I'll use this little X. It's not like, it's kind of funny. You have actual X guard, but I'll use this little X just as a frame. So like, there's no way Q's leg is coming through that. So that lets me kick him away and rock myself up, and just buys me some some space. I'm not gonna. It's not like a guard I'm gonna be playing long term or anything, but just kind of gets me up, puts me into where I want to be with butterfly, and we start grip fighting. This might look funny why I do this, but this is from years of getting tortured by Vasily and a bunch of other guys when I was coming up who used to just rip my neck off. So I put my arm up as like if they want to jump a guillotine, I have something there to defend it. I remember I was in Hawaii and I was training with my buddy Damien, and I was doing that, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, did you hit your head? Like you keep covering your head." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess you could say that." Again, you see this same motion. If I feel like the guy's gonna charge, I'll back up and get this ready to go. Okay, and if Q were to charge in, which happens from time to time, this hook is ready to go right at Q's hamstring, and I'll take him over right in this direction. Okay. And the reason I bring this back to my butt is this is going to generate the most power. The closer this foot is, right? You have your kicking leg and your power leg. The closer your power leg is to your butt, the more power you're going to be able to generate when you go to do the sweep. And the way I hit this sweep is I hit kind of it's an inversion. So I'll roll up on my left shoulder, and I'll put these toes right into the mat. So the only two things that'll be touching the mat are my toes and my shoulder. Everything else is going like fully into hitting that sweep. Man, this camera's good. I have no light on right now yet. It's fully lit up. My old camera would not work like that. So trying to wrestle, but I'm bad. Q just throws me over like nothing. It's a beautiful hook sweep. So let's see, bringing it back. What I should be doing here, I'm just not committing to grabbing that. I should just be diving through and looking to tap that and drive him through. I don't have a deep enough underhook, and I think I kind of realized that as I'm going. I think this underhook should be here. My hand should be here, and I should be driving through like hard if I want to hit this, especially on a guy with Q's athleticism. But Q comes through, grabs my arm. Let's see. Yep. Swings over, hooks my arm, and hits a beautiful hook sweep. Can't complain about that. So something I like to do with my hooks, and I'll do it right here. So look how I'm using them in tandem, right? It's like people are like, wow, your hooks are hard to deal with. It's not just like the hooks themselves, right? It's leg pummeling again. It's look, I catch the foot, I lift it, so my other leg can come underneath and replace it so that I can lift that so I can get this hook back in, right? Like you got to use your legs together. You got to pummel your legs together, guys. This is a major thing that at least the guys at our gym, we got to start working on a lot more, is leg pummeling, especially if you're going to be playing butterfly, X guard, single leg X, leg entries, whatnot. This is also a very simple sweep right here. This is a waiter sweep. I think it's a waiter sweep. Somebody was talking about, I think I was rolling with Josh the other day, and he was like, oh, you're about to hit the hook sweep. And it's very similar to the hook sweep. But what happens is you get both of your legs underneath, both of your hooks underneath one, combat based leg. And the simple variation of the sweep that I hit is I just grab this foot and I'm just going to rock my knees forward, which is exactly what I do. Q has to go over. And he spins out. And again, I drive right in. I'm going to look for either a leg staple or leg weave. I'm going to hit that same pass again. Oh, no, not this time. No half-ass underhooks. This is a scary situation for Q to be in. So if you either get an underhook or you don't get an underhook. Like, don't do these half-ass underhooks, because I'm being very nice right now, but like there's nothing stopping me from absolutely just wrenching that arm. I'm not going to do that in the training room because that's not, unstoppable leggy boy. Thanks, Dean. But if you need to see this in action and like how devastating it can be, go watch John Jones and Glover Teixeira. This is back in like 2014, 2015 or something. And from a standing position, he looks like he is shoveling dirt to China, like or shoveling for gold, whatever it is, like with a purpose. He is wrenching Glover's arm up. It's bad. And there's really nothing stopping me from doing it, right? Like aside from just, we're friends and I don't want to do that. So you need to be very careful when you're in this position. To finish it nicely so you don't absolutely destroy your training partners, what you'll do is I'll tie my hands together and I'll just look to it like a shoveling motion, right? So I'll just shovel so I have his arm caught here. I'll shovel it up, okay? And I'm looking to get in and keep it clinched against my body so he can't pull his arm out. And let's see, I mean, I'm sure I try to hit the submission. Like I always try to hit it. Q's able to get his arm out. We're going to go off screen a little bit. Let me throw myself over here. Again, same pass, nothing crazy. Keep it simple. Now from here, I think Q, and sorry, there's literally no more. I can't go more to the left. It's like off camera. Q pops up to his elbow, and I think I grab it. Yeah, I grabbed his elbow. So now I'm looking to force him to belly down. He drives away, and we're going to reset in a second. So I'm not going to miss any action. I'll put myself back over here. All right, reset. Q likes to play guard, so I gladly come up on top. I think the 30-second bell just went off, so that means we start rushing. And I'm like, I want to get a submission. So I go and grab that leg right into kind of a modified outside ashi. I don't have this leg in. And I hit the same submission that Spencer was going for, which is that straight ankle lock. Now I'm in full outside ashi, and I press the foot away, which was what Angel was teaching the other night, that leg entry. So again, notice how where I'm hitting these control points, guys. I'm not just grabbing the shin or the calf, right? I want to get above the knee. Look where that is, immediately above the knee. And then I can slide down from here. I go for an ankle lock. Q gives me a response by turning this way, right, to kind of defend it. So I throw the leg right over. What this leg does, is it stops him from continuing to roll. Okay, so you just stomp right down. He can't keep rolling now. Okay, so I go back. I try to finish the ankle lock. I realize I don't have it. I not have it. And then I press through for the toe hold finish or the ankle lock, straight ankle lock finish. All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Stream, stick around. I got more rounds. I got plenty of rounds. But let's see. I always like to find a good. That's funny. All right. Thanks for watching. YouTube, like and subscribe. I'll check you guys next time. Bye. All right. Dean, you got any rounds on YouTube? What do you got going on? Hi, Tom. You got any rounds on YouTube, Tom? You could do a Tom round. Just dropped off Dean for coffee. So what are you guys doing? Like you're just driving the U.S.? Do you have one? Cross country BJJ road trip. That sounds amazing. All right, you look for that. I'm gonna do one more in the meantime. All right. Today, let me get this started. I'm gonna do Jeff and Melanie. Melanie's a monster. Hey guys, welcome back. Stop Talk and Roll. We're breaking down some rounds. We're live on YouTube right now, live streaming, doing a bunch of rounds at the same time, having some fun, engaging with the chat. I'll give some further notice next time. I think this might be how I do it in the future because this is way more enjoyable. It's nice talking to people, getting some people responding, getting some questions, getting some clarification of the people that are in the rounds. It's good stuff. All right, so today we have Jeffrey Morris, the head coach, head owner at Greenwich Jiu-Jitsu. Jeff against one of our youngsters, Melanie, who forgot her belt because her family was moving, and I think it was hidden. It was in a box or something, and she couldn't find it. Something, I don't know. She made some excuse. Looking to get into this split guard that Jeff likes. Some good tension, some good push-pull. Be very careful with that arm there. You have an arm bar right there. I would dip your shoulder down and bend it and concede. Yeah, Melanie, I would. Sometimes you got to just concede those things. I don't know. I don't know what's happening on the other side of the body if it's stopping you, but like it's a wrist lock. Well, in general, I mean, it might help relieve the wrist lock as well. But right here, where is it? Right here, right. So like, dip your shoulder down and accept the omoplata. And but obviously, watch the wrist lock there. What are you gonna do? Sorry about the bottom here. They're like right on the bottom of the camera here. All right. Melanie has been, she just started training with the adults, and it's funny. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but it's funny because she has a lot of questions about what to do against people when they're like laying down. Because the kids, they all just start standing. It's no problem. But it's like, how do you just go about passing somebody in, they're already down, you know? Excuse me. So Melanie, here you want to posture up. So walk your knees underneath. Oh, that's a good idea too. Just be annoying on his ankle. But that could be difficult. My late stage triangle defense that I like to do, guys, is this is like, okay, either I'm gonna tap or I can try this escape and it might work, it might not work, but it's better than nothing. I'll throw my like abs, my core into Jeff, like my hips into Jeff, and swing my legs up, so I'm sitting on my butt now, and I'll throw my legs over the top of Jeff's chest, okay? And what I'm looking to do there is basically put a ton of pressure on the ankle, right, and on the legs, and start to try to occupy more space in the triangle. The more space I can occupy, the harder it is for him to keep it closed, and the harder it is for him to finish it. So I look to work back in that manner. I actually, funny enough, learned it when I was watching Anderson Silva fight Chael Sonnen, and I saw Chael do it. It didn't work, but I was like, oh, there's something to that. So I picked it up. That was back in like 2009, 2010. That was hype. I was watching that with a bunch of Brazilians who, I mean, at the time, like, nobody really knew that Chael was like playing the heel. And so, he was saying all that like crazy stuff about like Vanderlei and Anderson, and the Brazilians hated him. So he was just absolutely wrecking Anderson for 5 rounds. And at the very end, he throws that triangle, and it was absolutely wild. But cool escape. I've used it again. It's late stage, right? So Melanie again going in. Melanie, you know what you can do, because you've been asking. And it's easier when I'm actually watching you roll like this. If you get a grip here, make a grip on his pants. And I think I was just showing Will. I think I forget where he is. I was rolling with him in this round. But oh, hold on. I've got an email request. Hold on. My email, stoptalkandroll, jj@gmail.com. Okay. So what you can do is holding the collar like you have, pulling that, grab a pant leg and lift the leg. So what happens is the only thing that's on the ground is like, maybe it's like one other leg, but like it's just his butt. And what happens is they turn into like a top, right? So you can just spin him in whatever direction you want him to go. You don't have to move. You just spin him, and you end up passing their guard in that manner. It's really effective, and it's silly how it works so well. So you can kind of see it right here. You see how he kind of just falls over? He has no base. Like, he has to fall there. He has no choice. He's not doing that to like play guard. He's doing that to like stop you from passing. I would take your right arm. I think it's on the inside, but driving it through the middle there and using that to pry his legs through. Yeah, you're doing it. Okay, good. If you're having, jeez, you guys are so flexible, kids. I was going to say, if you're having a hard time knee slicing, there's always, oh my God, look at that. Oh my God, my knee would be broken. One of the things you can do is shift your angle from your knee being in front of his knee to your knee going over his knee on this side. It's called a shin slice. Works just as well. And you can use that to get around as well. Just as, as an option. Driving through. Huh. I don't even know how that happened. Knee bar, knee bar, knee bar, knee bar. I know you can't do it yet, but whatever. Drive up. I throw your bottom right leg out, to sprawl, and then pop up. I would grab a collar right here. Yeah, and I would do a cross collar and just rip him to the floor. You guys gotta start using collar drags more often. I know I don't typically talk about them because I'm teaching no-gi, but they're good. Nice. So a slightly easier way to play butterfly guard there, Melanie, and I know it's hard because you get your little you're younger and shorter. But I was just talking to somebody last night. You got to be careful how you play butterfly guard or play these guards. You notice right now your back like, so if you think of here, I'll draw like, okay, so you have, this is their, somebody's hips, somebody's butts, the multiple butts, and their legs are out here. Okay. I generally want to be, and so we're fighting somebody that's like over here, right? Here's our opponent. I generally want my upper body to be like this, right? I want to be forward, because when this person goes to push into me, right, they're hitting a wall, and generally nothing should be happening. I mean, maybe I get bumped back a little bit, but like, it's not compromising my position. What you're doing right here is, right, I want an acute angle, if you will. What you're doing here is you're making an obtuse angle, right? And so when you press on this, right, when you push somebody with an obtuse angle, it's just their core, right? So maybe you're jacked and you can take it, but like, generally we want to do good jiu-jitsu and not have that as a component. And when you're an obtuse angle, right, when your upper body is behind your legs like that, you're going to fall over a lot more easily. And that's essentially what's happening to you here, is you're falling back, having to catch yourself, come back up, having to catch yourself, come back up. Just what you could do is scoot your butt back, and then it's easier to reach up. And if you miss it, you're not falling backwards. You're not even falling. You're just still right there. And you're ready to like receive any kind of forward pressure that Jeff might apply. Geometry. Some people don't like geometry. I think geometry is awesome. Watch that leg. You'll get that thing broken. Just letting it dangle like that. I would take both your feet and get them off from on his hanging on his hip, Melanie, because again, you got to be careful of ankle locks, especially with like the way jiu-jitsu is right now. Just put them in right in the hip. Nice knee slice. I'd belly down and turn. Ooh, never mind. A little difficult. Passes that off. You could unravel a wet willy. Nice. You could. So like, one thing that you can do, easier said than done, but again, that belly down thing. Actually, no, you can't, because you can't unravel it that way. That sucks. Never mind. I had a suggestion, but that's just not fun. Try to get this elbow back in front of his face, create a good frame. Nice. Right over to mount. I would reinforce. Yeah, I would try to reinforce that arm. That's not going to do anything for you. When you're in the bottom of mount, the main thing, all the escapes, kind of what you're essentially trying to do is regain elbow-knee connection. Where is the camera? You're trying to regain some kind of elbow-knee connection. So looking to hip escape there, or hip escape, or bump and roll. I mean, these are going to be your main goals. Grabbing up high on his collar, like that's not going to do anything for you. And I know it could be like overwhelming on the bottom of the mount, but really you want to keep everything in tight, protect your neck, especially in the gi, protect your neck, protect your arms, and look to get to a side without letting your arm drift past your center line, because that would that would put you in danger of getting your back taken. I was just going to say cross collar is preferred. So good. So cool thing. Jeff's got great base. Obviously, he's a black belt. But what you can do is you're hanging. I mean, you're hanging all of your weight. What I would do is work on this movement of getting from a guard, and it's called wrestling up, and I'm sure you'd be very good at it. Getting from a guard to throwing your legs behind you and immediately going forward with that grip. So you're pull. You flip your legs around, and you're going to come up, tap a knee, and just drive forward. At the very least, at the best case scenario, you take him over. But at the very least, you'll get Jeff to react probably in a pretty big way. And you can use that as he goes backwards, right, or pushes forward, whatever it is, to then sit back and collar drag again. So you can combine these push-pull elements, right? That push-pull principle to really get the person off base, right? Like you get somebody that's good at jiu-jitsu or you get a big guy, they're not just going to move when you just push or pull. You have to get them to respond, much like Spencer did earlier in that competition footage when he was able to enter into outside ashi. I know this is like drifting here. I got to get better about that. Nice job. Ooh, beautiful pass. Oh, and that was time. That was nice. How'd you do that? So drive through. You knock him over. Here. Oh, and just right over there. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, very cool. Well, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm still streaming, but for YouTube, like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye. All right. Got a blast. Late for BJJ practice. Love you, brother. I'll see you, Tom and or Dean. Let me see. Dean sent me a round, though. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Did I get you the right email? I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Did you share it with me on Drive? Let me see if it's there. Drive. Shared with me. No. I did not get it. All right, next time. No worries. All right. Oh, don't close that. I need that. Where is that page? All right. Okay, let's get the next round. I think I'm going to do, what time is it? 8? Let's do like 1 or 2 more rounds. Anybody in the chat, if you have any jiu-jitsu rounds that you'd like me to break down, feel free to shoot me a link to them. If you don't have it right now, you can email them to me at stoptalkandrolljj@gmail.com. You can find it in the description of the video or on my channel. You'll find it somewhere. Or if you put it on YouTube yourself, just send me the link and I can break it down right off YouTube. Actually, now that I'm saying that, I would need to set it up, but that's okay. I mean, that's not a big deal. I can figure that out. But yeah, if you want me to, it's easier if you send it to me because I could do some little edits on my side, like, you know, how the camera like follows them. I can also kind of ensure the quality's a little better, so like that little mess that just happened doesn't happen. So, all right, let's see like 1 or 2 more. Ooh, it's starting to get dark. Let me make sure that that's noted that it's done. We did Dan, we did that. Jeff and Melanie part 2. Nick and Chris we did. Nick and Melanie we did not do. Nick and Will. Nick and Q. Q and Dom. Let's do Q and Dom. Okay. Ooh, I think I might have to, you know what? Bear with me for like 2 minutes, guys. I'm going to go grab my light because this does not look good. Wait, that didn't mute anything, did it? What? Whatever. Oh, this doesn't require an electrical outlet? I don't think I've used this before. This is a USB. Keeping everything easy, I guess. Although I can't seem to untangle it. Okay. Let's just tighten it or loosen it. Okay, no, that does not tighten it. All right. This is nice. I haven't even tried this thing yet. It's got a little cell phone thing. Oh, it's pretty cool. I should use this for more. For what? I don't know. All right. Let's get this in. You know, it's funny. I grew up playing a lot of music. Although this sound's been giving me a hard time, but learning so I kind of have a pretty good idea of the sound quality and stuff, and not that it's been great. I need to get a better microphone, which is fine. But learning about lighting, if anybody, I don't know nothing, although I know it's important. But I got to learn a lot more. All right, let's see. We got, oh, geez, that is really bright. Down. Okay. Let's see what we got. I got that orange. So I have 3 different kinds here. We have, this is orange yellowy. This is kind of like a beige. And then this looks like luminescent. Let me see which one's, okay, not that one. It's either this one or this one. I think that's cool. Any other options? What happens if I hold it? Nothing. All right, well, we got some light. Okay, let's get back at it. We got Dom and Q up. Let me hit the record button for the YouTubes. Hey guys, welcome back. Stop, Talk, and Roll. Episode, whatever we're on. We're live streaming. So if you're not here, you're losing out because we're getting some people commenting in the chat. I like it. Makes it more fun. Today, we have Q in the black and white rash guard and Dom in the navy. That is not navy. Navy green. Is that a thing? Navy green? I just made that up. Green. What up, Nick? What up, Maurizio? What's going on? All right, so we're rolling. Dom coming in for, oh, this is getting caught up. I think they're going to move away from the camera in a second. Would you try to sit through for cross ashi? What happened there? Let's break that down. Okay, so you don't have the leg in. Yeah, you got it, Dom. You got to. So this foot just simply needs to be on the other side. This you got to get the inside control first. So you sit through. Yeah, that's easy to fix. Just do that when your foot's in the middle of his legs, not on the outside. Sorry about them falling off the screen, guys. Again, the camera cuts off right there. So is this not? I thought this was fixing the green screen issue. That's why I got the light. That's still a little buggy back there. All right. Come on. Ooh, Kimura. Wrist lock. Dom spins out. You can't wrist lock Dom. I reset. Pummels through. Notice Q, same thing, does the same thing that I do. He gets above the knees. Okay? Kind of a lesson I think of tonight. Maybe I'll do a little highlight reel of the importance of getting above the knees. And Dom does a great job getting him off that, right? So, defensively, knowing that, you want to make sure that nobody gets above the knees and controls that space between your elbow and your knee. Nice job. Pops up and resets. Any guests? Do you have someone specific in mind? Pummeling through here. So same kind of pass here. I like to go under both. Q, why don't you let me do that? Dom gets all the way up. So from mount, guys, goals are to get the elbows above the shoulder line and then drive them all the way up. So it's just like, man, getting some here. Just like what I was talking about with passing, where you don't want to like be playing with the feet so much. You want to get above the knee. Same is true for the arms, right? Like controlling the hands is important, but actually getting some real estate, getting their arms up, you're going to be wanting to occupy the space between their armpit to their elbow, right? So behind the tricep. That's actually going to be what you can do to force their arms up and above their head, okay? Just taking the hand, while you can get a pen with it, it's not much. Q, the ankle lock. So same thing we talk about all the time. Your whole body goes back. Bring your head forward, right, and get your hand up higher, okay? So what you're doing a left side one. So what you could do is you can come underneath. I'm going to go in front of the mic. You can come underneath right here and use this hand to pull this one up, right, to get this as high as possible. And elbow back, right? So you get this as high as possible, elbow back, okay? I'll get everything tight. Dom's also really hard to, what's it called? Ankle lock. Yeah, and then so same position that we were in. So Spencer did it earlier with just the elbow, which is kind of where you're at right now. I could start messing with this new submission. And this is what I was talking about. You want to be careful about Dom getting his leg across. Yeah, I missed them. I was not there that day. I was in Florida, but yeah, we had some visitors. I think who did they train with? I think they used to train with Angel, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I unfortunately did not get to train with them. But yeah, we've had some people coming by. We definitely are getting some good guys in. So I would say in general, guys, for both of you guys, you look to control both of the legs a little bit more and then look to actually start hitting some of the submissions here. Dom, be very careful. Your heel is just hanging out there. And Q, you can just rip his heel right now. Yeah, I'd be very careful with that. So if you're in 50-50, you want to cover this leg with your other leg. So be very careful just hanging out there, especially in this position because you got nothing on Q right now, and Q can just sit back and hit that. Nice job clearing the knee line, and he's out. Start working on 50-50 some more. Nice job. Good. Nice. Dom's got this down. Right over. There you go, Dom. So that was the idea. So from there, to hit that a little better, and then that was nice to avoid it. What you can do is, so you step through. I would immediately drop that knee. Oh, you did do it. I would drop that knee. Maybe don't fall back right away. I would freeze right there. Man, I wish this program lets me go forward frame by frame, but not backwards frame by frame. It's really annoying. So like I would freeze right here, and I would take either your right arm, probably your right arm, because I like to grab down here when you're grabbing that far leg. Initially, I want to have both eventually, but I would come under here and grab right behind the kneecap and just lift it and pull it onto my leg. So as I fall back, it falls into place and creates a little bend. And then as that one comes through, I'll swivel my leg around one way or the other and get it underneath. And then you can go 2-on-1 with this far leg. A bunch of people competed in Tap Cancer Out about a month ago or a month and a half ago. And I don't know. I think there's some coming up that people are interested in, but I'm not aware of yet. How have you been, man? Everything all good? I'll keep breaking this down. Right into butterfly guard. So this could be annoying here, but much like how you break that grip in and from a standing position, you can do the same thing. So basically, you just like you're holding his arm right there, and you're gonna turn and lift your shoulder to kind of just whip it off. And then what's nice is once you do that, you can come through with the other arm and get an arm drag and look to get access to the back. There you go. See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's why I keep my arm up. Right? Comes right over the edge. Q. Let's see. You go for it. I think you just go the wrong way. I would look to go throw your hips this way and get to mount. I think if you have an arm in, so you have like a Darce or an Anaconda, rolling that way is not the worst thing. But when you just have you don't really have the guillotine in yet, like it's kind of on the side of his neck, I think you're better off going to mount in that case. Nice, nice. Ooh, toe hold. Oof, that was being very nice. Yeah, so that is why you don't let your foot hang there. For, I think, all night. I was kind of just talking about that. But, yeah, you gotta, so if you're gonna play single leg X, that thing's gotta go underneath. You can't let it hang like that. So just take that foot and put it right here. And obviously Q is not gonna break your leg because we're all friends. But yeah. Nice. Good to hear you training. Making sure the foot's okay. And we keep going. Ooh. That was like a different variation of that, though. What was that? All right, no, that's it. How did you get out of that? I think what you need to do, Q, is pinch your knees so he can't roll out, right? So he's able to get away because he's able to get, well, first of all, he's Dom and he's got like ridiculously flexible limbs. But I think if you step over or just pinch your knees so he can't turn out, you just keep wrenching that and you eventually hit that sub. So one last thing while you're sitting here, obviously there's a size difference here. I taught this recently, but one of the things that I like to do from butterfly guard against a larger opponent is I'll actually get up into a combat base with this being the leg that's up, okay? And I'll push into them. And generally what happens is, I mean, every now and then I get like an easy, you just push them over and you get the sweep, whatever. That typically doesn't happen, especially against good guys. They're going to push back into you. And when that happens, that's where you can get a grip on the far arm. So if this Dom, if your right leg's up, right, I'm going to get a grip on the left arm and I'll bring them back with me and start turning them and hit the hook sweep from that position. So I'll sit back down to my butt and then whip over. And that's a good little variation. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Join the stream next time, and I'll catch you later. All right. Crushing through these. All right. I think we'll do like one more. Yeah, let's do like one more. We got Q and Dom. Done. Okay, what do we have left? We have myself and Tao. That would get all the no-gi ones, I think. Yeah. Myself and Will. Myself and Melanie, and Jeff and Melanie. We already did Jeff and Melanie, so mine would be either with Tao or with Will. Why don't I do the one with Will, because that's in the gi, and currently I only have one other no-gi round saved, so next time I do this, we can save that. All right. Hey guys, welcome back. Stop, talk, and roll. We break down some jiu-jitsu rounds. We're live streaming tonight, so hopefully you can join us next time. If not, don't worry, YouTube is here, and you can watch this video whenever you want. Morning, noon, night, while you're eating breakfast, coffee in the morning, lunchtime, slacking off at work. I don't know, whenever you want to do it. Today, we have myself in the black gi and Will in the black gi. I think that I gotta start wearing a different color gi when I do this. Wow, that was a quick transition. I don't know what happened there with the camera. So right in, we were just talking about this. Hopefully you're watching these in sequential order. Oh, I have no idea what order I've recorded these in. Notice that I was talking about this with Melanie just now with the angles, right? So when you're playing butterfly guard, so let's say like we're facing this direction, okay? And this is our hips or our butt, okay? Our legs are pointed out this way. Generally, you want to be in, creating an acute angle. So my head's over there. So I'm leaning forward a little bit. Oh, I'm drawing this behind my head. Awkward. Okay, let's do it over here. So we'll still say we're going this way, right? So our opponent's over here. So our hips are here. Legs are straight. And I'm creating an acute angle with my body. This means basically when somebody comes in and like starts pushing me or pushing my shoulder, I can absorb the attack a lot better. I can scoop back. It just kind of hits me. It's not a big deal. But when you are in a shape of an obtuse angle, or even how Will is right now, kind of like a V, right? When I put pressure over here, right, you're going to fall back. Because, maybe you don't. Maybe you have, like, abs of steel. But generally, it becomes, instead of it being, like, good technique and hard to move you, it's a lot easier to move you, especially if they come in with some good force. So that's essentially what I'm doing with Will here. Notice I'm also purposely setting this up so you can see this hook that I have right here. Okay, I'm using that to lift his legs so he can't put his feet back on the floor. All right, so leg pummeling, using that to my advantage, keeping his legs up. Or I was doing that. I guess I'm not now. What a liar. And I sit through. Driving me forward. Trying to hit a Darce, it looks like. Oh, I think I like made up a submission here. I'm sure I didn't make it up. I'm sure somebody's done it before, but I think I have his. Yeah, I have his. So I grabbed his. This is like a cross collar, but like a bow and arrow, but from like the front. It's like a front side bow and arrow. So it's unfortunate that you can't see it, but I'm grabbing his top side lapel behind, and I'm wrapping it around his neck, and hitting the choke here. This is crucial too. I guess it's kind of like an Ezekiel then. Oh, but his arm was in. Huh. I'll have to play with that again. All right. I'm playing guard now. Will likes to come up on top. Again, I did this kind of guard with Q before. I just use it just to kind of keep the guys away from me. Same idea here. Being willing to belly down, but I guess I didn't do it that time. This is a strong grip. Gives me a good push-pull. Gave me access to his leg, and we've been working X guard, and that was I'm gonna clip that right there. It's a good sweep. Good example, we've been working X guard this whole week. Angel taught it Wednesday. I taught it Tuesday, Thursday. So look, audio track. There's no audio track. So notice how Will gets this grip. I immediately go to address it, but we get to a situation where it's no longer doing anything for him, so I don't care about it. The second I bring his arm across his body like that, his arms now become a liability because he has no way to like pull that back through without getting his whole body over, and I'm not going to let his body come back over because of my positioning. So I no longer care about that grip. I don't mind that he has it. And he has to relinquish it because it just doesn't matter. So that's the important thing about grip fighting, guys, is you start to learn when they matter and when they don't. So this is another important thing that I think people need to start working on too, is it may seem like you're going backwards, but sometimes you have to go backwards to go forward. And I hate that. I hate that that's the mindset because it's not even backwards. It's like, this is where I need to go. I mean, if you're doing a maze and the exit is here, right? Like, let's say like the exit to the maze is here, and you worked your way through the maze, and somehow you ended up, right? Like somehow you ended up here. Just because the exit's here doesn't mean you can get to it. Like, there's a wall right here. You can't get to it. Sorry, you have to go back around and go some other way, right? You have to figure out another way to get there. So, in this case, I'm in a body lock passing position, but I don't have good control because my leg is on the floor, and that's not where I want that. So I bring this back in to staple this leg down, right? And now, look, I'm stapling this leg above the knee with one leg and below the knee with the other. And what this is going to do is allow me to bring this leg through. Well, actually, let's see what I do. I don't know. I have options. I can go, I was going to say, I can go right to butterfly mount. I was talking about that earlier tonight. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, one of the previous episodes. So, right. So you can come right through and go to butterfly guard or butterfly mount, right? And then from there, collect the legs and come up top. Again, notice the pummeling. It's subtle, but I'm picking up his foot with my foot, picking up his leg with my foot, right? So making sure that just always addressing the feet, right? Like my feet are doing things right now. I'm attacking them in my upper body, but my legs are doing stuff. Great job getting your guard back. Nice job, Will. Oh, hits the hook sweep. Almost. Not quite. It was a pretty good attempt. I would say success overall. How could you finish that? So here. Nice. This elbow. So same thing with Q before where I was able to get out. To finish this sweep, all you got to do, you don't even need to pull. Just take your elbow, where am I on camera? Take your elbow and, sorry, my cord's in the way. You're going to take your elbow and wrench it to your body. And what that's going to do is it's going to remove my post away and I'll fall right over. It's the same thing that happened earlier tonight with Q and the same concept that I keep talking about with the posts, right? If your post is above your head, you're good to go, right? But the second you bring it like even with your body or lower, this post does nothing anymore, right? Like it's like a table with like posts that went in, like it would just fall over if you knocked it over either way, okay? So you let me get that elbow post, which let me get back up. But this was stupid. I don't know why I put my leg there or my arm there like that. But you capitalized on it, so power to you. driving through. So same concept, right? Man, this is a lot tonight. You have good base. I pull your leg in, so now your hip is further over than your knee, so your hip has to go down. Unless you make some adjustment, and you can't because I have your body. And again, same concept back here. Pummeling through, getting around. Leg pummeling. Ooh, what is happening? What? I am not perfect. I think I'm trying to get my arm free. So I'm trying to grab the leg. Yep, so I'm going to grab the leg. That lets me get my arm out safely. He's trying to pull with the Kimura. Sit right through. Ooh. So that's the other variation I was talking about. Sometimes when you have the hooks, the butterfly guard, just push them right over, right? And if they push back into you heavy, you take them this way. It's a simple push pull, but it works really well. It's good to use. Again, trying to occupy this space a lot. Let me throw myself on the other side here. So this just makes it really hard for him to move his legs. I know it looks like a weird position, but a lot of control. Still working on it, though. I'm relatively new at playing with that. I've only been doing it for about a year. I was trying to get him into like a cradle here. Just trying new things. And that was the end of the round. All right. Well, didn't stop. It was a good end screen. That looks good. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. YouTube, got to join the stream next time, but it's all good. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. If you want to be on the show, check out the description below. Get your stuff on here. All right. Check you later. Bye. Whew. All right. We did a bunch of rounds tonight, guys. Thanks for coming and hanging. I appreciate you guys. I think I'm going to stop for now because that was a lot of talking. I don't know. Damn. Streamers do this for like 8 hours. That's crazy. I don't know. I wonder if they talk this much, though. They probably like, you're chilling. But, all right. Well, if you guys want to hop on next time, I really appreciate you. Throw on, hit me up with some rounds. I'd love to have you on the show. I'll grab me in the gym. I can always record you specifically. And yeah. All right, guys. Have a lovely weekend.